Dave Norris with you, RT on the camera. Today we're going to talk about how to operate the delay. Now, say for example, you're in the middle of your show and something bad happens. An expletive goes out over the air, or you or a guest say something that's inappropriate and shouldn't be going out over the air. We have a built-in piece of hardware to essentially cover everyone's butts that you can operate to make sure whatever was said doesn't actually reach your listeners' ears. That piece of equipment is our delay, and you can find it to the right of the control board, right over here. Now what I've done is I've hit this check mark button right here to light up our LCD display. And let's take a little look about what's going on here. You're going to be able to see from our LCD display that we currently have a delay built in of 8 seconds. Okay? What will happen is we have 8 seconds between the time that we're talking or playing something here in the studio and the time that a person who's listening in the car or over the internet is actually hearing what's being played. Now, let's say, for example, that a guest says something that's inappropriate. If you're sitting close to the delay, what you can do, and let's pan to the right here, RT, is this glowing red button right here. As long as this button is glowing red, that means that our delay is activated. And if we push this button one time, if we go back and look at our display, we'll notice that our delay is building from 4 seconds back up to 8 seconds. What that essentially means is we dropped or dumped 4 of the 8 seconds of our built-in delay. Now, what we have the ability to do is, say for example, we can't get to this delay in the 4 seconds allotted. If we hit that red dump button twice, it's going to dump all 8 seconds of the programming. So, at that point, it will start building up from 0. So I'm going to hit this delay dump button twice in quick succession. 1, 2. Now let's look down here. We notice that it dropped all the way to 0, and it's building itself up from 0.0 seconds all the way up to 8.0 seconds. The last thing that I want you guys to notice about the delay is the way that these buttons look. Now we see that this green build button is currently flashing. That means it's because it's building from 0.0 all the way up to 8 seconds. We'll also notice that our red dump button currently isn't lit up. If you ever walk into the studio and the dump button isn't lit up, I want you to feel free to hit this green button. What that's going to do is it's going to manually tell the delay to rebuild itself. You'll see at that particular point that our LCD screen will light up, and you'll be able to physically see how long it's going to take for our whole delay to be built back up from 0 seconds to 8 seconds. Once it is completed, you'll notice that our red delay, or dump button I should say, our red dump button lights up. This indicates that if the need were to occur, you could dump at least 4 to 8 seconds worth of programming. This concludes how to operate the delay here in the studio.